Hi there, it's me, Tori D, and today we're going to be doing my budget with me for my second paycheck of April 2023. This includes my regular pay as well as my second quarterly bonus of the year. Some of you may be thinking, didn't we just have a quarterly bonus? It definitely hasn't been that long since the last quarterly bonus video, and you'd be correct. The way the calendar fell, I had one at the beginning of February that posted, and now at the end of April that posted. My next one will be at the beginning of August, so they're just about 3 months apart. It's just kind of the way the paycheck weeks fall. And for those of you who were here for the last one, you'll see that this paycheck isn't quite as big as my quarter one bonus, but that's totally okay with me. I'm really looking at the bonus that we got for this quarter. It was definitely lower. It wasn't quite half, but still definitely something that I can make really good use of as I work towards my financial goals. So the first thing that I'm going to do is go ahead to the month of July, which is where I still need to fund my mortgage amount. So I'm going to put $750 there. Hopefully by the time July rolls around, I will be back up to my mortgage amount at $1,000. But for right now, we're just going to do $750. Then I'm going to go back to today and polish off this trip category for my dad. So that is now fully funded, and I still have plenty of money to be playing around with. So I'm going to get this moved. And one of the things that I want to just talk through real quick is I have a lot going on in a category down here, and I also realized I need to change this. We were going to go in March, but we're actually going to go the first week of April for this trip. So basically what I've done is I realized I had a lot of kind of trips and travel. Obviously a lot of these are new from my last budget with me, but they're things that I knew I should be saving for. I just didn't necessarily have goals set aside for them. So I wanted to put them all into one category because they were also taking up a lot of space in my fun goals category. So, you know, if I need to, I can collapse this. One thing I am doing is I'm still putting money in my travel kind of general fund, just because, you know, something may come up or I may have overages on one of my trips. So I just want to make sure I still have kind of a buffer and some stuff going on there. So I am going to scroll back up. So that means I only have 2 goals in my current focus areas. Oh, I also forgot, you may have noticed that this is a little bit different than it was, and that's because I was scrolling on Amazon earlier in the week or maybe last weekend, because I knew that with this paycheck and bonus I would be able to afford my iPad if I really wanted it. And I looked and it was actually a lower price than it had been on the Apple website, so I just kind of was comparing prices. It was still new, it wasn't pre-owned or anything, and so I actually was able to order it early, move some money around, and save basically I think $100 compared to what I was going to spend with it or spend for it had I waited until today or tomorrow. So, you know, again, making my budget work for me, I was totally fine with that. I just moved some money out of some other accounts, not even accounts, just out of some other categories, and was able to get that ready. So the next thing that I want to save for after my dissertation writing retreat and home and garden, which is my basically my renovation fund right now, is the Marshall Marathon, which I will be doing in November. And so that one is kind of coming up a little sooner rather than later. I would also like to get that money saved relatively quickly before I kind of go all in on the renovations, just because that one is coming up just a little bit sooner, and want to make sure I have the money set aside. And then I'm doing the Austin Marathon next February, so I'm saving mostly for plane tickets and some lodging and transportation there. I also have a professional conference next March that I'll be going to, so I want to save for that, especially because it's in Seattle. I have my doctoral graduation that will be happening at the end of next April, and the plane tickets to where I have to fly back and forth to, especially for 3 people, can be really expensive. I already have our hotel booked. I put the deposit down, so just kind of have all of that saved in one place, and then obviously our Trans-Pacific cruise. It looks like there's a lot going on here, which there is, but I really think it's going to be good for me as I plan for things to have each trip and each vacation in a discrete category. So then that way I know, okay, yes, for sure have enough money saved for this particular account or endeavor or whatever I'm doing. Just want to go down here and check that all of these are good. Yep, we are fine there. So there are a couple categories that I want to use this money to top off before I go into my focus areas. I did some spending out of some of these recently, and some of them I just want to confirm that we are good to go. Let's see, 47.46 is what I spent, and that's what takes it back to 100. Excellent. I think we should be good on some of these. It is the last Friday of April, so I do only really have the weekend to worry about, but I'm not really going to play with these kind of overflow categories until Sunday, just because I don't necessarily know where some spending is going to come from in those, if at all. I think I'm also going to basically take whatever's left in my utilities category and move it to my heating oil. I was talking to my dad, and apparently the company that we use for our heating oil offers a payment plan, kind of spread out throughout the year rather than paying all at once whenever the oil is delivered. And the good news is they don't charge any extra for that. So once everything kind of gets settled at the other house, I'll talk to them about that and kind of figure out what's going on. So let's see, I need 1548 to totally fund this category. I don't have that, but I'm going to put 750 here. And then we'll do, so this category is $1,000. Most of that is for lodging, to be honest, because my mom and I will both be going. So I'm going to do 150, and then the additional 1547 I'm going to put here. So let's see, so that means I need $798, so about $800 more to totally fund the writing retreat. And with the way May is shaping up to go at work, I should be more than able to get that paid for in the month of May and get some progress towards the Marshall Marathon. So that's great news. And like I said, once I kind of get some of these cleared out, that'll just give me some more money to put towards those goals. So as always, I kind of have this down to a science at this point, so, even when I get a large amount of money, it's nothing too exciting, but as always, I appreciate you spending time with me whenever and wherever you are. And if you have any money goals that you're working towards, any big money moves or exciting things that are going on in your financial life that you want to share in the comments, go right ahead. I love hearing about your successes, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.